Now, another cool thing about this Dollica is the way that you can remove the rotating thumb stud when it's time to do some of those kind of cuts where they'd get in the way, or for sharpening and regrinding purposes. So I was going to get onto the rope cuts, but I thought, well, how about this work hardening your edge via whittling hypothesis? Because I did notice that during the filming of the last video, at one point, after some preliminary whittling, by the way, this is maple as well, this is not oak. I was wrong. So after some preliminary whittling on this piece of maple, I attempted a newspaper cut and it didn't really go that well. But after a while whittling on this, and then maybe 10 cuts through a piece of cardboard, all of a sudden it seemed to be slicing the newspaper. So then, in line with the hypothesis, what could have happened is that initially I started to mash up the edge, the very apex there, and over persistent whittling, all of that mashed up apex just kind of kept mashing back into something more like this, chaotic, and then going through the cardboard kind of tidied that up. Strop honed it, as it were. Anyway, I've done all of this on this edge with this knife just fine. I've enjoyed myself. And that was, I don't know, 5-10 minutes or something. So I went and I grabbed a comparative study knife. Something I picked up for the collection. A Spyderco Chaparral with these rather fancy scales. Now me, I like this wire clip. And, well, just about everything about this knife, really. But I believe I carried it once. Maybe so. Now, also, I can't flick. The only way I can flick this is my whole arm. Okay. I believe I carried it. I may have, made a cut or two. But this is really a fresh factory edge from Spyderco, to the best of my knowledge. In CTS XHP from Taichung, Taiwan. Oops, excuse me. Now, the Chaparral, from what I recall, is reputed to be of a rather slender stock. Very similar. We might be spot on. Ha! Well, fancy that. Pretty much. But of course, the geometry is rather different. But where we're at now, we've got a similar no sharpening choil thing. We got a hole right where you don't really need it. From an engineering perspective, I guess, whatever. And yeah, about the same cutting length, pretty much, probably. This is, it's got a kind of a chicane going on that might actually technically give it the same length as this, even though this one's a bit shorter. I speculate. So, how does this one whittle? Oh. Oh, wow. I suppose I should have been using her after all, huh? Very nice. Now, the feeling is, I like to use the motor vehicle allegory, I guess. You know, it's like I stepped into a higher class of vehicle. Got better tires on it. Engine's got more power. But it's not really more comfortable. And it's not really faster. This is an extremely keen cut right now. Let's do some cuts down here. Let me just dig in and do one. We're going to try and find two areas that are similar. So I could go in here and here and here. Yeah, that's pretty similar. No knots or anything, just bark and what have you. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this one cut out better, but the depth is similar. Yeah, I mean, this is cutting more right now. This is cutting nicer, sweeter, better. But this is, I think it's more aggressive. I don't know, maybe not. That might be because of the, yeah, this trapping effect here is doing something too. We don't have that kind of recurve phenomenon here. So, two different knives. Why on earth did I decide to compare this to that? Anybody's guess, huh? Next, I will do rope cutting. Thank you for watching.